News is next. I'm Lisa Mullins. Coming up, it's known that nearly days Syrian activists use videos to get message on violence perpetrated by Syrian forces. That story and more coming up.
BBC News with Stuart Macintosh. The Italian Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi has added his voice to the chorus of political figures in Europe and the United States, seeking to reassure some markets after a week of heavy falls. He said there would be a meeting of G7 finance ministers in the next few days to discuss measures to combat the Eurozone debt crisis and a possible meeting of heads of government later. Some news just in, the rating agency Standard & Poor's has downgraded the United States credit rating from its top AAA value by one level to AA+. A US official said S&P's analysis of the world's largest economy was flawed. The US government has huge debts and the credit agencies feel that not enough's been done to deal with it. A federal jury in the United States has convicted 5 former police officers in connection with the shooting of 6 unarmed people in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans in 2005. 2 of them were shot dead. The leaders of the United States, France and Germany have condemned the president of Syria, Bashar al-Assad, for what they called the indiscriminate violence being used against the Syrian people who are demanding President Assad's resignation. The Sudanese government has blocked a shipment of oil from the new Republic of South Sudan, accusing the authorities there of failing to pay customs duties. Chile has been marking the first anniversary of the mine collapse that trapped 33 men underground for more than 2 months. They were rescued in a lengthy and difficult operation which captured the attention of the world. The former Polish Prime Minister Andrzej Lepa has died at age 57. The leader of the populist Self-Defense Party was found dead in a party office in Warsaw. They suspect he committed suicide. A billion-dollar mission of exploration to Jupiter has begun with the launch of an unmanned solar-powered spacecraft called Juno from Cape Canaveral in Florida. Juno will take 5 years to reach the planet. BBC News.
PRI's The World is brought to you with support from Medtronic, leveraging products, people, and philanthropy to help lessen the global impact of chronic non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and heart disease, and announcing that this September, world leaders will come together at the United Nations to chart a global response to this health issue. Learn more at medtronic.com and by IBM, working to help mid-sized businesses become the engines of a smarter planet. Learn more at ibm.com/engines.
I'm Lisa Mullins, and this is The World, a co-production of the BBC World Service, PRI, and WGBH in Boston. The revolutions that started to sweep the Arab world early this year caught up to Syria in March. Protesters poured onto the streets to demand the resignation of President Bashar al-Assad. But the uprising in Syria became more dangerous than its predecessors in Tunisia and Egypt. Syrian security forces have assaulted demonstrators and laid siege to entire cities. This is reported gunfire from the besieged city of Hama. This is from an amateur video that was posted today on the internet. The video could not be independently verified. Friday has become the main day for protests in Syria, despite the near certainty that troops will respond with deadly force. BBC's Lena Sinjab is in Damascus. Lena, there are reports tens of thousands of Syrians have been out on the streets protesting today. What can you tell us about what's happening?
Well, this is what's happening. The Tuesday citizens have taken to the streets and only calling for their own freedom. They are going out in solidarity with the cities like Deir ez-Zor and Khan, mainly in East Hama, that has been besieged and under standing by the army for 5 days in a row since Sunday, where many people, 10 people are believed to have been killed.
The city any way to verify that those who are fighting against the government are otherwise peaceful citizens versus militants who are fighting not on behalf of the people?
We have followed the situation since day one of the protest, and it all shows that these protesters have been going out completely peacefully, but in later situations, we've heard that people managed to use their own light weapons or create their own weapons like handmade Molotovs just to defend themselves against this heavy artillery that the Syrian security and the army is using against these residents and protesters who are actually unarmed, but they're just using, in very limited cases, light weapons to defend themselves.
Speaking to us from Damascus, Syria, BBC's Lena Sinja. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Syrian opposition is diverse. Activists come from different economic, social, and religious groups. There are protesters inside Syria, refugees who fled the crackdown, and longtime dissidents in exile. One opposition group made up of refugees who fled northern Syria are working from a house in Antakya in southern Turkey. Matthew Brunwasser went to visit.
The Syrian opposition is trying hard to get its do-it-yourself revolution cooking. It's breakfast for 8 young revolutionaries. Most have never lived away from their mothers before. The setup in this house is pretty basic. Most of the guys sleep on the floor, and they're doing the cooking and cleaning for the first time in their lives. And they've certainly never worked in politics before. Political activity in Syria for the last 40 years has meant supporting the ruling Ba'ath Party or jail. These men came here just a few weeks ago from the refugee camps inside Turkey, after an opposition supporter agreed to pay the rent. Nazir Al-Abdo is one of the leaders.
Doggy,
He was
Timo.
studying sports at the University of
Two doggies,
Antakya
see?
before he fled. Al-Abdo and the others don't have documents, so their movements are limited.
We don't go outside at all. Not anybody see us, so we always hiding. We don't have the right to be here. We don't have passport.
Al-Abdo didn't have much time to think before he fled. He was involved in protests and still went to classes like a normal student. But then 10 minutes before his exam,